been a year since Mahindra has launched its Born electric vehicles, dedicated electric vehicles. And on its first anniversary, it decided, why not put one more in the fray? Which is why we have this, a big one, an SUV, a proper SUV, 7 seats, but it's called XEV 9S. Now there's a reason why it's called that. I'll get into all of that. But before I do so, like, share, subscribe, follow Acco Drive for all the latest content. This is Mahindra's third product on the dedicated EV platform INGLO. Now the design is very much similar to the XEV 9e, and it had to be because, well, both these cars are based on the INGLO platform. And yes, that's why a lot of part sharing has happened from there. The maximum of the parts that it gets is from the XEV 9e, which is why you have the massive front bit, the bumpers, etc. Everything from the XEV 9e. The only change you see is the DRLs. They are pretty much very similar, but has its own signature. Now, it looks pretty, it looks exceptionally good. There's no doubt about it. Immediately, you'll get to know that this is the XEV 9S. Now, on the side, you'll get to see 18-inch alloy wheels, which again, feel the wheel well pretty well. Now, 18 inches are standard on the car, but in the base variant, you have a different version of it. Here, you get alloy wheels. That's the only difference there. Now, from the A pillar to the B pillar and even the C pillar, it's pretty much in line with the XEV 9e. The big change happens after the C pillar, which is why you see a very flat, straightened bit right here and not the coupe SUV kind of look that the XEV 9e had. Now, having said that, this part here, right, this obvious part here bears similarity to the XUV 700. And yes, Mahindra confirms that parts have been used from the XUV 700, though extremely minimal. There has been panel sharing, of course, to make it look a little different when it comes to the XUV 700, and Mahindra has definitely managed that. But yet again, this basic silhouette again just speaks volumes of the fact that this could have been the XUV 700 electric. Or is it? Before I get into anything more, let me break down the variants the XEV 9S is available in. It gets 4 distinct variants with multiple battery options. The Pack 1 above is the entry-level offering, available with both the 59 kWh battery and the 79 kWh battery. Then there is the Pack 2 above, offered exclusively with the 70 kWh battery and the more powerful 79 kWh battery. The Pack 3 is only available with the 79 kWh battery pack. And finally, there's a Pack 3 above, which is the top-end model. And this one adds features like augmented reality heads-up display, automatic park assist, and even drowsiness monitoring. Now, as diverse as those variants are, it is pretty complex, I understand. But you know what? It required a very nice touch even at the top variant if it was, especially with the connected tail lamp. It's become kind of a signature for all of Mahindra's cars right now, right from the XEV 9e to even the B6. So yes, it should have been integrated in that. That's what I feel, but maybe others feel differently. But you know what? Simple things like a powered tailgate, I think that should have been part of this package, but it is not. It's your regular tailgate that you get, and for a price that starts at about 20 lakh rupees, I think not having a powered tailgate is a big miss. Now that I've opened the Pandora's box and also the tailgate, let me talk about the boot space on offer. Now here the luggage space obviously is less, especially with all the seats up. Now, given the fact that yes, you are going to buy this if it's a family car kind of a deal with you, luggage for 7 people cannot be accommodated here. At the max, there can be 2 bags or 3 bags that can go here. But if there are 7 people traveling in this car, all their luggage is not going to go here. So you might as well travel with 5 people, right? Because you get about more than 500 liters of space if you do that. And as you can see, that boot space is bigger, but that's the kind of boot space level that is 500 plus. That's what you get even on the XEV 9e. So then, what's the point of buying this one? There is also a Frunk with 150 liters on offer, which is good enough and very usable space too. So in a niche space with the price starting at 20 lakh, the cabin has to be really on point. Has Mahindra managed to do it properly? The cabin now is a very familiar place because the XEV 9e2 has something similar. But you know what? Mahindra has managed to kind of make it a sweeter deal because this entire 12.3 inch, 3 screens of 12.3 inch each are now standard on the car. And even the sunroof is standard on the car. So yeah, I mean, really at 20 lakh rupees, you do get all of this, which is pretty good in an EV especially. Having said that, there are a lot of black bits in the middle, while on the sides you will see a lot of use of light tones like white, just to enhance the sense of space that you get here. It is pretty nice to note that it is very spacious up front and at the back as well. It has always been that way, but the amount of time Mahindra has spent just trying to make it a little bit different than the XEV 9e actually makes a lot of sense. The colors are different, the palettes are different. Now the various palettes that this has, especially the lighter tones instead of the darker ones, you kind of understand who Mahindra is targeting, especially in this car. It's purely a very, very family oriented car, which is why these palettes have now come into the picture. But you don't want to know what the space is like in the front, do you? Because the last row holds more interest. This seat here, it can be used by adults as well, and it's not only for children. To an extent, I buy into that argument. But you know what? I am 6 feet tall and it's very uncomfortable here. I mean, there's zero under thigh support. I can't move back. Even if I move this forward, I don't think I'll have enough room to even move my legs. The amount of headroom I have is just I don't know. It's going into minus, frankly. But you know what? Anyone shorter than me, maybe from the 5'4" to the 5'6" kind of a bracket, I think that person should be at ease here. Or even if I am alone here, I can spread my legs on the sides. So yes, it does work for an adult in that fashion. But overall, space here is not that great for a big guy like me. The second row is familiar in terms of space, but Mahindra has added some extra bits. The seat slides and reclines, and oh yes, there is ventilation here too, but only in the Pack 3 above variant. Space though is very good, no doubt about it. By now, you might be wondering why I have avoided the driving aspect of the car. Well, it was a very short one. In fact, one which ended as soon as we started. So comprehensive opinion I cannot give. But we will do a road test with the car and we'll tell you more. So what I'll be giving are just first impressions. Now the car that we are getting to drive is the 79 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is the most powerful of the lot. 282 bhp an offer and 380 newton meters of torque. It's quick off the mark. I mean, I put my foot down, it goes, but you don't have that strain on the neck, frankly, which makes it even better, which means the progression of torque is very, very stable. And that's why the torque lasts longer as well when you try and push the car. So yes, there is enough and more power available to you every time you push the pedal, which is great. Now 0 to 100 kilometers per hour according to Mahindra is done in just 7 seconds in this car. uh, which is again a good sign given the size of this car. But overall, drive feel and the way the torque converges so steadily up, I think it makes for a very, very, very good case for a car well made. There's no drama. You're not thrown back into your seat or anything of that sort. It's just plain and simple. And though it might look easy, from an engineering perspective, it's difficult to achieve. So Mahindra has really worked on seamless power delivery. Now this one gets the adaptive suspension. So yes, the ride quality is pretty much sublime. We didn't get any, I mean, it was not a long drive, so to say, but we got a glimpse of what it can do on bad roads, and it just steadily ponders over it, which is great, which is what you want from an electric vehicle. The ground clearance of this also is on the higher side compared to the XEV 9e, mind you, about 12 millimeters there. So yes, there is a sort of understanding that this will do better on bad roads. Does this have an all-wheel drive system? No, it does not. So completely shut that out of your head. But again, this fully loaded car comes at a cost of about 29,45,000 rupees. So yes, it does come at a price. Who are the main rivals then? The Tata Harrier, but it's a 5-seater, and the Kia Carens Clavis, but that's an MPV. Against the Kia Carens Clavis, the XEV 9S sits in a favorable middle ground. When the Kia undercuts the XEV 9S's base price at 17,99,000 rupees, it maxes out at 24,49,000 rupees, making it a more budget-conscious choice, but with less premium features at the top end. The Kia's strength lies in its 7-seater configuration and affordability, but the XEV 9S offers significantly more feature richness and larger battery options, especially in the mid to premium tiers. The Tata Harrier EV presents a different positioning entirely. Starting at 21,49,000 rupees and reaching 30,23,000 rupees, the Harrier EV directly competes with the XEV 9S in terms of pricing. But it differentiates through dual motor AWD options and a stronger performance angle with 504 Newton meters of torque compared to the XEV's 380. So, is it an attractive proposition then? Yes, indeed. And all the battery packs come with DC fast charging capability. So 0 to 80% possible in just 20 minutes. We will need more time with the car though, because that's when we'll get to check out true range and other aspects of the car. So yes, Mahindra, we are waiting.